All right, let's jump right into this. We're talking about a foundational saga, a story of order, chaos, and the very first spiritual war after the flood. So, think about it. After the flood, humanity basically gets a do-over, a clean slate. But how do you even begin to divide up an entire world? And more importantly, what happens when an ancient darkness returns to claim its piece of the pie? This explainer is all about that, the solemn division of the earth and the rise of a brand new unseen enemy. At the heart of all this, of course, is Noah. I mean, this is a man who has seen the world literally end and start over. He's weathered, he's disciplined, and he has this unshakable connection to the divine, having walked through the ultimate storm. His eldest son, Shem, he's the anchor. He's that calm, steady presence, the one who brings a quiet strength and a real reverence for divine order. He's absolutely the stabilizing force among the brothers. Then you've got Ham, and while this guy is a blaze of restless energy, he's sharp-eyed, impulsive, and just fueled by this burning ambition. You can feel this undercurrent of defiance that really sets him apart. And rounding out the brothers is Japheth, the broad-shouldered, contemplative giant. He's the type to get lost in his thoughts, kind of torn between family loyalty and this deep need to prove his own worth. His quiet nature hides a really stubborn will. For a while, in these early years, life finds a quiet rhythm. Within Shem's lineage, families grow. But then, in the year 1758, a child named Peleg is born, and his name, it literally means division. It's like this quiet little prophecy of the massive changes that are about to rock their new world. And just like that, the prophecy kicks into gear. In a move of staggering boldness, the sons of Noah take it upon themselves to draw the first lines on a new world map. They do it in secret, by torchlight, deciding the fate of entire continents. Noah then makes their act official. He brings out his carved sacred chest, distributes the written lots, and transforms their secret pact into a solemn, binding decree. What was done in the shadows is now brought into the light, sealed by his patriarchal authority. And this chart just lays it out perfectly. You can see how it all works. Shem, the righteous one, he receives the temperate and holy lands of the Middle Earth. Ham gets the hot, sprawling lands of the south. And Japheth inherits the vast, cold territories of the north. It's like each portion is a perfect reflection of the sun. But a division this huge needs more than just lines on a map. It needs a bond with some real cosmic weight. So, they swear a powerful oath, binding not just themselves, but all their future generations. They even invoke a curse on anyone who would dare break this sacred pact. This is not just a treaty, it's an eternal covenant. So the world seems settled, but time keeps moving, and with it comes a subtle but profound change. 12 years pass. Another child, Joktan, is born, and his name carries a more ominous prophecy: to make small. A shadow is falling as humanity's connection to its long-lived past begins to fade. The stage is now set. The world is ordered, but humanity is growing weaker. You just knew the biggest threat wasn't going to be one brother trying to steal another's land. No, it was something far older, far more sinister, stirring in the unseen corners of their world. And then they emerge. Wicked spirits, a dark legacy from the world before the flood, begin their assault. They don't wage open war. They corrupt from within, misleading the young, clouding their eyes, and leading them to destruction. A spiritual plague just sweeps through the new generation. In total desperation, watching his grandchildren fall, Noah kneels alone at his stone altar. He cries out, not with a warrior's challenge, but with a father's plea, begging God to save his descendants from this invisible, insidious onslaught. The divine response is swift, absolute, and powerful. An order is given to the angelic watchers. Bind them. Bind every last one of the wicked spirits and cast them out. A total cleansing is commanded. But just as the sentence is about to be carried out, their leader steps forward, Mastema. He isn't some chaotic beast. He's a towering, severe commander. His presence radiates an authority colder than steel. And he doesn't come to fight. He comes to negotiate. Now, what's really interesting here is the sheer audacity of this request. The command is to bind all of them. Mastemus' plea is chillingly logical. Leave him some of his forces. And why? to test humanity, to corrupt them, arguing that this is necessary to reveal the wickedness that's already in their hearts. And incredibly, the plea is granted. 1/10, a tenth of the spirits are permitted to remain on earth, a sanctioned force of darkness, now operating under Mastema's direct authority, a tithe of evil, left to walk among humankind. So, the crucial point is this. While the Watchers descend and bind the overwhelming majority, the spiritual threat is not eliminated. It's contained. It's refined. And now, it has a dark purpose. Humanity's borders and oaths are completely useless against this kind of enemy. With a remnant of evil now sanctioned to remain, a new strategy is needed. A whole new form of protection has to be granted. So, an angelic watcher comes to Noah not to bind, but to teach. He instructs him in the medicinal arts, the secrets of herbs and roots, to counter not just the diseases, but the spiritual seductions of the demons. Noah carefully documents it all, creating the very first manual for this spiritual war. And this sacred knowledge becomes a new inheritance, more valuable than any land. Noah passes the book to his most trusted son, Shem. It's a weapon, a shield, and a guide for the righteous line in the long war against the darkness that Mastema now commands. And so, the world is left on a razor's edge. Humanity is divided by land, but united by a lingering threat. They're armed with new, divine wisdom, but they're going to be forever tested by an ancient, intelligent evil. The First Great War might be over, but the real struggle has only just begun.